I find myself in a really weird position because I'm not, guys. Okay, I've got 5 episodes of Neon. I'm going to do that. I'm actually going to do more than that, but like, let's say I'm doing 5. Let me sit down and record my 5 intros and then record the episode reactions because that'd be stupid. Who does that, right? But I'm actually going to record an intro for episode 17 before I've recorded my reaction to episode 16. Weird circumstance. But I'm going to do this because this is something I want to talk about, and there's no place to really do it in the episode. I already had a really long intro. I don't want to have a long outro. I'm going to try to keep this one relatively short, but this will be an intro length commentary, right? So I said, well, let me just do this as an intro to the next episode. So that's what I'm doing. So you see the dialogue up there, right? I recorded my long intro to the episode yesterday, and I recorded about 2 minutes of my reaction, and then I get interrupted because I have a side job to try to make ends meet, and so I have to drive people, and I don't really get much advance notice when that happens. So I got a call, and it's like, hey, can you pick me up right now? It's an emergency. So I had to stop what I was doing, and I wasn't able to record the rest of the day. So I'm probably just going to start over at the beginning of the episode. That doesn't matter. I'll stitch it together. You'll see the change in outfit, but like, you've already noticed that because you've already seen that reaction. So anyway, the point is where this episode left off. I don't think I noticed this dialogue, but this was when I was being interrupted. I saw my phone light up and I paused the reaction. So I don't really, but I don't remember this dialogue. So what happened today is I sat down and said, okay, well, I guess I'll resume where I started. I pull up the video file, and you see the dialogue there. You always apologize instantly. Do you even? Do you really even feel sorry? That is so interesting. Because first of all, that's a great observation. We all know people who like this. They just automatically say they're sorry, and they don't give a crap whether they're sorry or not. They just say it because they're trying to keep the peace. What that is, they probably had an abusive childhood, or they at least there was a lot of tension in their childhood home. There's a lot of tension, and they get blamed a lot. So what happens when you get blamed a lot? You just automatically apologize because you want the pain to stop. You want people to get out of your face. Get out of my face. So that's the kind of the kind of person I mean. These people can either be annoying or endearing. It depends on a lot of other factors. Sometimes like saying sorry all the time can just be endearing because you know the pain they're coming from and you want to pull them out of that. You want to make them do that less. And sometimes it's just annoying. I guess it's whether you like the person or not. It's probably the best way to put it. So we all know this, but that's not really what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about is the fact that it just clicked for me when I saw this line of dialogue. Anime has a thing where characters will just outright say things like this, say really scathing observations about other people. And what I don't know is this a part of Japanese culture or is this just a TV thing? I'll give you a good example. Let's say high school shows on American TV, like, I don't know, One Tree Hill. That's about high school, isn't it? I'm not sure. So you got One Tree Hill. Buffy's a genre show, but they have a lot of scenes in high schools. Freaks and Geeks, which I'm still going to get back into at some point. Just of my own volition because I really like the show. But there's a lot of these teenage shows, and they have certain stereotypes that didn't actually exist in high school when I went there, at least when I went there. Like the whole clique thing was not really a thing. You didn't see people hanging out in packs based on their outward look. Like, for instance, you didn't see 5 people dressed up as goth people always hanging out, and they always dressed as goth people. I went to a poor school, so that may be part of it, but you didn't have outfits. You didn't have themed outfits where all your friends wore the same theme. You could walk in a room, and you walk in the cafeteria, and you could tell which table is the goth table because they all dress like goth people, right? That's not a thing in school, at least what I saw. Maybe in rich schools it is, but I never saw a rich school, so I don't know. People dressed with what they had. A lot of times it's hand-me-downs. I had an older brother. I dressed in the stuff my older brother was wearing 5 years prior. So the other people I was with, they dressed in what their older siblings were wearing, 3 to 4 or 5 years earlier. So their older siblings weren't wearing the stuff my older sibling was wearing. So we didn't have a theme. We weren't the what would we have been? I guess the nerds. So we wouldn't have all had like the shirts with the collars and the pocket protectors because we were too poor. So there was no theme. So that's a stereotype you see in high school shows on TV, but it's not a thing in real life. It's just on TV. It's just for TV for that country. So is that what we're dealing with here? Or are we dealing with something real? For instance, another example, in Harry Potter, characters will always say, oh, don't be stupid. This is obvious. Hermione would always say, oh, isn't it obvious? And then she would say this thing like, you're a dumbass. She would literally say in dialogue, "Don't be stupid" when they say something that's not logically correct. And then she would say, "Don't be stupid," blah 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 blah. Oh, isn't it obvious? Oh, don't be so stupid. How could you be so stupid? Like it happens so much in dialogue in the books. I actually asked some of my British friends. I have a lot of British friends. I asked them, "Do people in England talk like this, or is this just a J.K. Rowling thing?" And they said, "No, we talk like this. This is just what we do." I said, "Man, in America, if you kept telling your friends, 'Hey, don't be stupid,' there's a fight coming. You're gonna get your ass knocked out. You can't just be telling an American school friend, teenagers are emotional creatures, right? You cannot tell an American teenager, 'Don't be stupid' all the time and still be. We can't be. We're not still cool after that, right? We can't be cool. In England, it's just common. It's just what you do. So that's an example of something that is in real life in England that is also depicted in fiction in England. Okay, where I gave an example of one of each, right? Like in some countries, what they depict in their fiction is real, and in some countries, what they depict in their fiction is not real. I'm very curious: is this a real thing in Japan? Do people, friends, now, writing is always going to be a level above. People phrase things perfectly. Their observation is always perfect. Their observation is always correct. Sometimes the observations are not correct in real life. You're just jealous. And they actually aren't jealous. In TV, if somebody says you're just jealous, they're always right. I just mean, like, they're constantly doing this where they will just call out a person. Inner motivations. I just find that fascinating. And it just coalesced in my brain. I've been absorbing it this whole time, and it just coalesced in my brain. This is a thing they do over there, right? At least in fiction. So that's what I want to know. Is this something that happens just in fiction, or is this something that actually happens around? I get the idea. I'm not exactly clear on this, but I get the idea that some of the people watching this live in Japan, or they've spent a lot of time in Japan. My father spent a lot of time in Japan. He was he did 3 tours in Vietnam. He was in the Navy for 20 years. He's been to Japan many times. He had a girlfriend in Japan for a long time. And it was kind of a casual, they were like basically casual friends with benefits type situation. And so every time he was in Tokyo, he would call her up. And then, they would hook up, right? And he would bring her like jeans, American jeans and American whiskey. And then she would have like some things, I can't remember what she gave him. She gave him some kind of Japanese delicacies that he couldn't find anywhere else. So they bartered, right? I mean, they were having sex too, but like they also had like a business transaction thing they would do. She loved American jeans and American whiskey. She could sell that for a lot of money over there, right? The black market. And there was some kind of, I can't remember what it was. It might have been medicinal in nature. Maybe he was never clear on me what it was. Maybe it was something like, a little off the board, black market, right? I actually don't remember what it was. But anyway, so he spent a lot of time with her. He told me a lot of stuff. He gave me some knickknacks and stuff and just talked to me for hours about Japanese culture and all his experiences over there. I love the country. It's one of my favorite countries. There's a lot of countries that he went to that I'm obsessed with, like Germany and Japan and Thailand and Australia, right? Like these places I'm obsessed with through Dad. Because he talked about it. But Japan is one of the biggest ones. And plus their culture is so different. Anything that's different is fascinating. You can learn something. I don't need to learn about Canadians because, I know a lot about Canadians. They're right there, right? So, anyway, I don't want to get, now this intro is getting really long again. So we have 2 long ones in a row. I'll try to make the next one shorter. But the point is, I absolutely love this about anime. There's a lot of things I love about anime. This is one of them. So let me know. Is it real or is it fiction? I had to cue it up at the first line of dialogue because it did another one of their fade outs of the credits and it fade into the video. So where do we cue it, right? So I've decided what I'm going to do in these situations from now on is cue it at the first line of dialogue, unless it's like 3 minutes into the video or something. Then we'll figure something else out. But so this is at the beginning of the video. They fade in, right? This is the beginning of the subtitle, the very first frame that the subtitle appears. So cue it up there. This is an interesting line of dialogue, by the way. You refuse a direct interrogation of the pilot. When? Yeah, she's in trouble. Here's the thing. Look, I know I already had a long intro. I'm going to keep this extremely short. I'm going to make this a hard 2 minutes. A hard 2 minutes. Fast as possible. You cannot love the people under your command. This is why captains have a detachment from their crew members. Captains are detached. Because you can't do it. You can't put your people in the line of fire and chance. Sometimes you have to tell one person to hold this hill so the rest of us can survive. One person dies so the 500 people can survive. You need to tell that person, you need to die for us. Sometimes when you're in command, you have to tell that, if you're a captain of a ship, you have to tell this crew member, go down there and get the engine started again, even though the carbon monoxide is going to kill you because we don't have any gas masks. Whatever, right? Sometimes you have to do it. Seal the hatch while you're inside because it can only be sealed inside for some reason. Like the outside seal's broken. You can only seal from inside. Seal the hatch from inside so that not only that compartment's flooded, but that means you die. Sometimes the captain has to make that decision. You have to order that person to die to save the ship, to save the other 1,000 people on the ship. You have to do it. You cannot do that if you love your crew. Like you love your crew, but you can't do it if you individually love each individual person. You can't do it. So the captain doesn't play cards with the crew. Captain Picard doesn't play cards with the crew until the very last episode, the very last scene, the very last episode of the original series. So, the original Next Generation series. There's a reason for that. You have to have a detachment. You have to keep these people at arm's length because you might have to order them to die. She should not be in control. She should not be a supervisor. She should not be his commander because she loves him. That's 100% true. They should fire her ass and replace her. And then she could just be his pseudo-mother, and he lives with her, and they work together in the same facility, but she's not in command of him. Because she's going to get himself, her, and everybody else killed if she hesitates in the wrong moment. Makes the wrong decision. So, you can't do it, man. You can't do it. She's too close. Fire her ass. But anyway, I don't know why this show makes me want to talk so much. It's unbelievable. Like, I'm in debt. I'm in talk debt because I talk too much. Like, I already have an intro here because I was talking too much in the last episode. So, I'm going to shut the hell up. We're going to go on one. This is episode 17. We're going on one. 3, 2, 1. Well, that's the truth. Yeah, you're fired. Interesting. So they think it was Angel. I think it was a third party. I haven't had a chance to talk about that yet. That person that talked to him, I think, was a third party. Interesting. Yeah, they're trying to change it. They convert us. We don't know, do we? Assimilation, that was the word I was looking for. I couldn't think of it. Yeah. I like how they keep track of how many angels there's been. I guess, what else would you call them, right? Look how we name stars. We get to skip stars like a 5-digit number, you know? How dare you ask questions? You're dismissed. Yeah, he probably didn't say anything, so she wouldn't know he's there. We're screwed. Yeah, we always knew that. Somebody's expression is hilarious. It's like I was talking about friendship, right? We never see him with his friends. That doesn't mean he doesn't spend time with them. Sucks. There are no issues, huh? All rise and bow. Damn, why'd we get up if we were just gonna sit right back down? I'd be terrible at school. I was terrible at school. Really? That won't be plot relevant, I'm sure. Sure. It's a high stress job, man, being in that control center. That can't be good. Well, that's a problem. Interesting. I know I keep saying that, but it is interesting. It's all interesting. I feel like we're at a point in the series where I have to really pay attention to dialogue more than even usual, right? So I'll probably be saying less here. Personally, I find it boring if a reaction channel is just watching instead of saying anything. That's boring to me. But I know it's not boring to other people, so I'm sure you're cool with it. Jesus. God damn. Yeah, I guess not. Wow. You can't assume that, though. Poof. I love the dialogue so much. Hey, remember when you slapped me last episode? I need to get you back for that. Writers do the slap thing too much. Yeah, no crap. We always use a dummy. You're there. Yeah, you can create a simulation though. Kind of what I was talking about simulations, right? Right. But will it believe it? It won't sense your soul. I think there may actually be a soul component to this. They brought it up, right? It could be true. They don't give us much about what's happening to her internally, but all the context clues are not good. Like I'd really be worried about her. She is a nightmare. Hey, sit your ass down. You know what? That was really funny. They are starting to feel like a married couple. I'll say that. I still think there's more of a sibling vibe there, which she's always cussing him out, right? And she's just such a narcissist. It feels like a sibling bride. Like she's the older sibling, you know? That's the dynamic we play there, right? Because there's a difference. Yeah. But cat, huh? That's what's on. You know, you have a picture of a cat and it just says cat. But that was a great. I love how they both blushed. It's really hard to read this white text on the white background. I can't make out what the hell's going on. I think what I'm gonna have to do, I'll get through the scene, and then I'm gonna have to stop and go back and then like zoom it up or something. I couldn't read any of that, man. Okay, I was able to back it up, zoom it up really big, and lean close to the screen and pick it up all up. It was interesting stuff. They keep cutting back to that hallway shot. Guess to let us know where they are. Yeah, what's up? Everybody's getting cussed out this episode. Uh oh. Oh, really? I guess she has a crush on him or something. I can't keep track, man. They have way too much of that in this show. Look at her. You're gonna make her cry. She's not nice, man. Yeah, what's going on with her? No, you're not, man. That's what I'm saying. Good point. I was watching the reaction channel yesterday, and the male went through the slide and hit the floor and scared the crap out of them while they were recording. It was hilarious. We don't have that where I'm at. Like that's an apartment thing, I guess. Jesus. Yeah, girls are supposed to be neat. Look at all the pills, man. I guess the pills don't come in a bottle; they come in an envelope. That's interesting. Never seen that before. Well, let's get the hell out of here. I don't like this. Oh, she's taking another shower. She's gonna come out naked again. Let's get out of here. Really? It's trash, man. What are you talking about? Her glasses are on the table. She's clearly in the shower. You're a toxic male. Oh, you broke his heart. He must be in love with her. That's right. I think he is. Like I said, I can't keep track, man. It's ridiculous. He's coping, man. Yeah, well, I thought that about you, so I guess we're even. Well, this is awkward. You two are going to be arrested for breaking and entering, possibly burglary. Yeah, what's up? How dare you touch my stuff? That better be all you touch. What is it? Is she blushing? You should be embarrassed. The place is a pigsty. The hell are you doing? Those cicadas, man. Apparently they're like a big thing over in Japan. There's a lot of them over there, right? Are they in a 17-year cycle over there? Did they only come out of 17 years, or is it all the time? This show makes me think it's all the time. In America, they only come out like every 17 years. Really? She ain't never told me I think, what an ungrateful ass. He's really on some religious stuff, ain't he? Christian religious, I should say, because I don't know what the religions in Japan actually are. Buddhism, I assume. Is it called Shintoism? I really don't know. I guess there must be some Christianity over there. Damn, dude. That was an aggressive transition. Cowards tend to live the longest. Yes, they do. But they die 1,000 deaths. The brave people only die once. You know the stereotype. Another aggressive transition. They're going in and out of the tunnel, I know. I'll do what I want. You don't say. He's one cold bastard, man. Jesus. I like how I mentioned this before. Germany is the only other country in the world that apparently cares about this. Everybody else is like, you guys got this. You can handle it. Maybe that's why they're hitting at Christianity so hard. They're talking about the Dead Sea Scrolls. You know? Could be just a writer's Christian. I don't know. Everybody just shows a pig, man. Everybody. You're all trash because you just have trash all over the place. Litter bug ass. Come on, man. Jesus. Kick his ass. We saw what was getting ready to happen. Yeah, you better put that stuff back. What a dick. Yeah, don't play dumb. Don't be stupid, like I said, right? We're trying to save the world here, you a-hole. Plot thickens. He's running everything, man. That should be obvious, right? That's how they keep getting. Okay, I got you. Right. That actually. That's why Ray's in that school. I just put it together. That makes sense. I thought it was just proximity. No, there's more to it. Hell no. Yeah. What are you trying to say? He only literally only cares about interactions if he's trying to screw. Yeah, no doubt. Hey, why do you apologize instantly? You don't mean it. You know what you meant. Now they're making me think of the strawberry scene. If you know, you know. Who does? Well, I guess masochists love being hurt. But other than that, who does? That's a good point. That's a really good point. I hadn't really thought about it like that, but that's true. For a second, I read that as psych test. I was like, oh crap. No, sync test. Okay. Right. I wonder who it's going to be. They keep really hitting that hard. It's not going to be either one of these a-holes. Then again, maybe it is going to be him. I mean, this is his friend. Why would this be a blow to his ego? Senji, I mean. Unless they kill him. Like it's going to be a really dangerous test and he dies, right? That could happen. Uh oh. Oh, the USA is finally going to get into the action, huh? Lazy fat bastards. Just like World War II all over again, man. Sit around on your fat ass waiting until everybody else is getting their ass kicked and you finally do something. Keep her name out your mouth. You got to have a propensity for it, buddy. Look, when I read the paper, I just read the funny pages and that's it. Yep, she keeps her secrets well. You have been very pestering. That is true. Like, painfully so. He keeps looking around. What is going on? And she keeps looking around. What is going on? Oh, that's right. She's going to have emotional stakes too. They're totally killing him off. He's gonna pilot the device. It's gonna blow up and he'll die, and everybody's gonna be sad. That's what they're doing here. That's why they had that scene with Prep Girl whatever hell name is in him, right? Just as I started to like him. Do you have a will? We're not asking for any particular reason. Lined up neatly. That's not my damn job. Oh, wait. Maybe it is. Yeah, school store, huh? The hell you want? I see. She's trying to get in there. Yeah, let me start making you food. Maybe then you'll like me. I like how she's doing this. Yes, it is a waste. Yeah, see, he's picking up on what she's putting down, man. You damn right. Yeah, man, I like that. It's definitely a way to a person's heart. We didn't see much of her narcissistic ass today, have we? Really? Yeah, get out. You're dismissed. Yeah, of course he does. Why wouldn't he? Hey, man, the hell you doing? Are you serious? Get the hell out. I like that animation reflect off her eyes, right? Hey, man, that's what you get for dipping. I feel like they're doing a bait and switch. Maybe it's just very surface, like we're supposed to know, right? Man, it feels like a bait and switch. Like, cause they're just leaning so hard into, like, that's exactly who they're talking about, but they're not saying the name, right? Like, they want us to think it's him, but, like, it just feels like a bait and switch. But maybe, like, my problem is I always overcomplicate things. I always want to make things way too complicated than they actually are. It's my biggest weakness as a watcher of television, and typically as a writer. I've been told more than once that I try to make things too complicated, layers within layers, and especially in my personal life because of my paranoia. This way I'm in real life too, right? So they could just be very straightforward. Because if it's a younger audience, they're not sophisticated. They're not like they need to be led by the nose, right? So I don't know, but I assume it's supposed to be obvious it's him, and it is him. But then I keep thinking, well, it's too obvious, man. They're not going to be that obvious. They're going to bait and switch our asses. I don't think so. I think that's what it is.